What is up, everybody? This is JP. The other day I came at you with a video on 5 major squat mistakes. Today I'm doing a video on 4 major deadlift mistakes. The reason why I'm picking these exercises, and I'm probably going to continue to do a few more, maybe do different videos in between, is because again these are major movements. A lot of people who go to the gym do them, but I always see people butcher them. Again, these videos are mainly for beginner intermediate lifters. Again, you may be an advanced lifter and you may be doing some of these mistakes. But what I mean advanced, I mean more of like form advanced wise. Someone who knows they've practiced with their form, they've watched videos, maybe they've done powerlifting competitions, something like that. That's an advanced lifter. Just because you lift a lot of weight does not mean you're an advanced lifter. I've seen some people 300-400 pound deadlifts at a pretty good body weight, and just watching them, their back is extremely rounded, stuff like that, stuff that you wouldn't think for someone who lifts a lot of weight they would be doing. But I mean, I've even seen someone who's done 300 something pounds at a pretty good weight, and then the second they were done, they went and got a foam roller and laid on top of it, and they were like complaining about their back hurting so bad. And I mean, it can happen. But anyways, let's get started. Number one, and again, just like the rest of these, I'm going to try to do it a little bit different. You can check out my squat video, and some of those mechanics will play into this one, but I'm not going to go over obvious ones like keeping your back straight. Obviously, you got to keep your back straight. It happens all the time, but I'm not going to go over things like that. I'm going to go over ones that maybe aren't, so obvious. Okay, number one, not trying sumo variation. I see all the people going conventional. Again, if you don't know what sumo is, it just means that when a normal conventional deadlift is where you have your hands outside of the bar and your feet about shoulder width. Now, a sumo is where your feet are really wide and your hands are in between your feet. So the reason this is because, and ask any, again, advanced lifter, I guarantee you, if they're doing conventional, it's because they've already tried doing a sumo before. Sometimes a sumo will just fit you better. It'll feel better. And again, it comes down to biomechanics. Sometimes you just get better leverage on a sumo. And if you've been having low back pain, maybe you need to try sumo. Maybe sumo doesn't work for you because you've tried it. But the main thing is you need to try it. And by trying it, I forgot what article it was, but I looked it up online, and they made a lot of sense. Don't just try it for one day. I mean, try it for a few weeks. Again, stretch, do dynamic warm-ups. Don't put yourself in a position that if sumo doesn't work, it's because you're not doing stretching or something. If you're stretching and doing a dynamic warm-up, and then over a few weeks you're still not feeling sumo, then maybe that's just not for you. But again, do your dynamic warm-up, do your stretching, try sumo variation, look it up online. Maybe I'll do a video about that later on, but try to do it and see if it works better for you. But the thing is, you at least have to try. If you try it and it's not working for you, then you can go back to conventional. But I see a lot of people who, even if they try to get good form, they can't do it because the conventional just doesn't work with their body type. Okay, number two, rushing the setup. And again, with an advanced lifter, it may look like they're rushing the setup, but they're not. They just done their setup so much with the deadlift that they just know how to do it quickly. But for intermediate and beginning deadlifters or exercisers, remember, some of these stuff I do too. I used to not do sumo, but I do it now because I've tried it and I really liked it. But rushing the setup, I see a lot of people just, again, at the gym, and they just walk up to the bar and they just pick it up. That's all they do. They pick it up. They get a little tight, but they just pick it up. Again, if you're just walking up to the bar and picking it up and you're not somewhat setting up, you're not, I've seen people's feet and, not the same distance, not the same distance from the bar. One's farther than the other. I've seen, their hand grip not even on the bar. They don't, which I'm going to go into number 3 next. They don't take the slack out the bar. They don't get their core tight. I mean, their back's rounded. It's a bunch of stuff. And I think maybe they probably could do all those things fine, but they just rush the setup. You can't just walk up and pick up the bar. Now, once you start taking your time with your setup, eventually it's going to come quicker, which again is why I said advanced lifters, they've been doing it for years and years and years and years, that it's second nature for them to walk up, get their feet, get their hands, get tight, take the slack of the bar, and they just lift, But most people, I just see them do it too quickly. So what I would do is walk up to the bar. I'm not saying you got to take a minute to do it. Walk up to the bar, make sure your feet are even, make sure your hands are even, make sure you got a good solid grip. Make sure your back is a slight arch in it, your core is braced hard, you're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your hamstrings, and then take the slack up the bar and actually prepare to lift the bar. Don't just, drive your feet into the ground, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings. Those are the prime movers of a deadlift. So if you're just picking the bar up off the ground, I guarantee you you're feeling pain somewhere. I guarantee you you're cutting yourself out of making any strength gains, and I guarantee you you're cutting yourself out of making any hypertrophy gains. Number 3, which is what I talked about. Number 2 is, again, all of this stuff I've learned from research, reading articles, stuff that I've learned more over time, is not taking the slack out of the bar. And what that means is that if you're walking to the bar and you're just picking it up off the ground, even if your form is great, let's just say you do a good setup, but you're going from no force on the bar to maximum force on the bar. You're not touching the bar and then you're pulling with maximum force. That's not taking slack out the bar. If you walk up to the bar, grab the bar, and put a little bit of force on the bar before you actually pick it up off the ground, then that's gonna, again, it's gonna help improve your strength. It's gonna help improve hypertrophy gains. So basically, put some force on the bar before you pick it up. Not enough force that the bar is gonna come off the ground, but enough force that you can get the bar, your body, your core, and everything tight. So walk up to the bar, grab it, put some force on the bar. Again, not too much. You're not trying to pick the bar up off the ground. Make sure you have your setup and everything good. Again, your core's tight, you're flexing your glutes, you're flexing your hamstrings. Your back is straight, you have a small arch, you just have a good solid foundation to lift the bar. Then once you have a little bit of force on that bar, then drive and put maximum force on the bar to get the bar up. So again, taking the slack with the bar will help with performance, and it'll help prevent injury. Number 4, and this is, I wouldn't say it's controversial, but a lot of people think of the deadlift in a weird way, and this isn't necessarily a technique, but this is something that you can think of, and it'll help maybe prevent injury for you. Okay, yes, deadlifts do, I wouldn't say indirectly, they directly do get you a big back, but it's not because the back itself is a prime mover. Yes, some of the low back musculature is going to slightly assist in helping with hip extension, but if you're talking about like the lats, the overall back, the back is an isometric, it's playing an isometric component in the deadlift, which means that the back, it's just, what you're doing with your back is you're statically contracting your back and you're just keeping that contraction. Your back should not be moving. It shouldn't be doing any type of concentric or eccentric contractions during a deadlift. So a lot of people, when I don't know, I guess I see this, I don't do it like this. You see bodybuilders and certain people put deadlifts on a back day. I mean, it's not wrong. It's definitely not wrong. But to me, you get a big back from deadlifting, from it being from it statically contracting, from it contracting isometrically. It's not moving. It's not a prime mover in the lift. The prime mover in a deadlift is the hamstrings and the glutes. So if you're thinking of because again, the back is pulling. It's pulling. So it doesn't push, it pulls. So if you're thinking of the deadlift as in it's a back exercise and you're trying to pull with your back, I guarantee you that's a fast way to get you to an injury, okay? So don't think of pulling with the back. All the back is made to do in the deadlift is to get into a good position for your spine, to brace, contract, and to hold your back in a specific position and not move. Again, the two things that should be happening in a deadlift are hip extension and knee extension. That is it. And again, the prime movers, it's going to be some quads, but a lot of hamstrings and a lot of glutes. So when you think of the back, again, just lock your back out, keep it there. None of this, should be going on. And also too, when you are lifting the bar, it should not be a lot of low back. That's a lot of people have low back pain with the deadlift is because they're simply just pulling the bar off the ground. They're not thinking of what they need to do, what musculature drives the deadlift. So think about it. Your hips from here to here, your glutes and your hamstrings are the prime movers in hip extension. Now from here to here, another thing that's happening is your knee is locking out. Again, it's knee extension, and that's where your quads come in. But nowhere in this type of movement, and again, it's going to be some low back is going to inherently assist the movement, but you should not be trying to pick the entire weight up off the ground with your low back. So again, stop thinking of the back as a concentric mover in the deadlift exercise, because it's not. It's going to play a little bit of assistance in there, but a lot of the people who get back injuries is because they're pulling all the weight with their back. But again, this is a leg movement. It's not a back movement mainly. So Again, stop thinking of it like that way, and then you're probably going to see some strength gains, and you're going to help prevent injury. But again, if you like these videos, please like it, share it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Again, like I say all the time, get a friend to watch this. The more people that see it, the more people I'm going to be able to help. I got a Facebook page, JP Personal Trainer. You can check that out. You can message me there. Again, I'll link that below. But until next time, peace.